Hey y'all. So this is my last video. There was a video by, oh, who was it? I can't remember the lady's name. She's part of the Challengers group on Facebook. And she was talking about why did you choose the weight loss surgery that you chose. When I started this journey 3 years ago, 4 years, I should say, because it was 3 years last year, I knew that I needed to make some very drastic changes in my life. I knew that the path that I was on was very dangerous. There are, you know, morbidities that follow being overweight. I didn't have any of them, and I knew that it was just a matter of time before that changed. So I had been yo-yoing, dieting, Weight Watchers, taking Metabolife, trying this exercise, trying that exercise, Slim Fast, Dexatrim, Accutrim. I mean, I tried a lot of them out there. And I would get results, and then it would come right back on. I was stress eating and not understanding what the triggers were or why that was my particular vice. And I had no self-esteem. And it's such an oxymoron because when people looked at me, they never ever would have known. Because I, still presented myself in the same manner that I present myself now. And, I would do things that maybe the next full figure person would not do, but then, and still, I was always doing it with trepidation. I was always very unsure of myself and questioned myself and was always, kind of like looking around to see who was looking. I'm a singer, and even my singing was affected because I was always concerned about what people saw when they saw me. I didn't want to mess up. I wanted to be perfect, and that is not going to happen. So I knew I had to make a change, and I approached the option of having surgery. And I went and talked to a physician and did not the main reason why I did not follow through was because I felt that if I did it, I was a failure, that I had no self-control, and that I had no willpower, and I was a failure. You have to resort to this, just stop, just get yourself together. So I told myself that I had control, and I was not going to go out like that, and I was not going to be a failure, and I was not going to be a wimp. I was going to get it together and do it. It didn't happen, folks. So I joined Weight Watchers last May, and I decided I'm going to do this because I have a child. I am still young. I am still without these weight-related illnesses, and I deserve it. My mindset changed. I no longer felt that I was a failure any more than I was being on Weight Watchers by having the surgery. So I decided that I would have lap band surgery. So I went to the doctor and I told them what I wanted, because even though I had gotten to that point, still I had this mental set. If I get bypassed, then that's really admitting that I can't control myself. So I talked to the physician, and they, explained that, when you get the lap band, you only lose, 50 to 75, no, 50 to 75% of your excess weight. And it's a much slower pace. It's up to 2 pounds, 2 pounds minimally, basically a week. And so I said to myself, well, that's what Weight Watchers does. So I'm really not going to be getting a whole lot of different results. So then they were like, we really recommend the bypass for you because you would lose between 60 to 90% of your excess weight. It would be at a speedier pace, but it would give you that kick that you needed. And so I thought about it, and I was like, well, I don't know, let me think about it. And so I went through all of the requirements, and I talked to a nutritionist, and she was basically telling me everything I wouldn't be able to do. And so she told me, you won't be able to drink out of a straw, you won't be able to eat popcorn. And people call me crazy, be like, you've got issues. But those two things, when she said I could never do those things, I was like, nope, I'm not having it. Because you're robbing me of my quality of life. Now, come on. A straw and popcorn, quality of life, please, give me a break. So I realized that I was just making excuses to stay where I was. So I decided to go through with the counseling, and that's when I made the turnaround. And I'm so thankful. I would not do it differently. I would choose this every single time, because what it did was it dropped me dead center into a world that I found out I was afraid of, that I had no reference point for, and I just mentally could not grasp it. And so I am just so thankful with my decision. I think it was the best decision for me, and I would make that decision every time. I wanted to remain healthy. I wanted to not have those weight-related health issues. I wanted to see results, because with all the ventures that I had been on, I saw results. I lost up to 50 pounds on Weight Watchers a couple of years ago, gained it back. Then I lost up to 30 pounds this time around. And I wanted to get a different type of momentum. And I'm so glad that I did it. I just have no regrets whatsoever. And that's why I chose this particular procedure, because I wanted to see some optimal results. I wanted to see bigger results than I had seen before. I didn't want to feel like been there, done that. And I got exactly what I wanted. So that's why. So that's going to be a wrap up for me. Quick update. Fluctuating between 224, 227. And I think that it's, due to water weight. I'm just going to wait till probably the end of the month to really gauge what I've lost. And I'm doing the toning challenge, the Wonderland challenge, and the Inches challenge. I am resigning from the miles challenge because I haven't been able to get started. And I'm going out of town this weekend, and I don't know what type of facility they have, but I don't have the type of pedometer that I can track miles or anything. So I'm just going to work toward it, but just pull out of it officially, but just still on my own work toward it. So yeah, so that's it. So I feel good and I look good. And yeah, this is a good thing. So best wishes to you all. Wake up, decide you're going to change, and be a success. And I'll see you soon then.